go.
Welcome to the Dynasty Stock Market. I'm Alex, Dynasty F Key, and we got a special guest, Chev 90. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm good. It is the legendary ball knower, aka Chev90, aka co-host of the Dynasty Pulse, aka Titans Uncovered co-host. There's just so many AKAs. We're gonna truncate that today. You ready to rock and roll?
Yes, sir. All right, man. So we're missing Biggs, all right? He's in the airport on the way back from the Super Bowl. He had a long trip, also was doing the Senior Bowl as well, man. So shout out to Biggs, man, doing it for the team, man. We're gonna come back, get a lot of good info from him. And we're going to go ahead and start this thing off. We got a rookie mock draft here. Hey, anybody in the chat wants to go ahead and jump on in, definitely feel free. Yeah, Jamie, man, if you want to jump in.
Is Jamie?
Yeah.
Do I get to be in a mock draft with the legendary?
Links in the chat. So we're going to do a mock draft, go over some risers and fallers. Just look at how are some guys moving on Dynasty Daddy as well. So as we're letting that thing fill in, get a quick word in from our sponsors.
Rookie. It's all about rookie talk in fantasy football right now. So why not go use all that knowledge to do something other than a mock draft? Chris Jimino won $8,000 with just 2 teams last year, and each draft took 5 minutes. That's pretty good ROI. You can start doing rookie drafts for money today on Fast Draft. The Origins tournament is live. It is the place to go and monetize your knowledge of rookies and use your favorite player profiler host promo code for a $25 deposit match. Now let's go start drafting faster.
Let's do it. All right. So Jamie, you don't see the link? Yeah, maybe Chev can drop it in there. I don't know if it's just not letting you or whatever. I'll try one more time here. But yeah, man. So the only thing that really flipped with the Super Bowl, Chiefs got the second to last pick now for a change. And the Eagles are going to have the last pick. So only small adjustments there, but maybe that influences the Chiefs to go running back because they 3 yards rushing in the first half. It's not going to get it done. It was pretty brutal Super Bowl, man. Hey, all right, Jamie got in. That's what's up. Okay.
Look, we're gonna rock out. We're gonna rock out. We got 10 spots filled. This is a work day / school day for all you cool cats and kittens. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the button. Pull the lever, Kronk.
We knew they were going to take the 101 anyway. Oh, no, they can see my board. Well, I'm going Ted McMillan.
Ooh, chalk to start it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my theory is I still feel like it's kind of light at the wide receiver spot in this draft. So let me get one guy I feel I'm pretty comfortable with, has some intangibles that are tangible, the size that is, like, you can't teach that. So I want to go with the traits. That's what I'm trying to say. And in the second round, maybe I get my running back or something like that then.
Well, so it's an interesting thought exercise to do with Ted because the first thing you want to do is compare him to other. Yes, Jamie, this is tight end premium. This is, the first thing you want to do with Ted is compare him to other super tall 6'5" wide receivers in Drake London and Mike Evans. I think, though, he has a more unique agility skill set. Like, he's more agile than, those guys are, coming in and out of breaks, and just a little bit better run after catch, in my opinion. So I saw a lot of things. Everything that he put on film, I loved. And then I saw a bunch of stuff that I didn't necessarily. It's like, oh, you're doing this because you can get away with it because you're in, Arizona's in the Pac-12, whatever it is, the Big 12. Are they in the Big 12 now?
Yeah, man, and because they got to fill those spots with all the teams that left.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing against, future pulpit salesmen of America. So, like, I can't. You're not going to be able to get away with that at the next level. But I still think his ceiling is extremely high.
Yeah, man. So real quick recap: Ashton Genty, Ted McMillan at the 102, Emeka Egbuka 103. I love it. I love Ibuka. I feel it's a pretty safe pick, especially this far out from the actual combine and draft and all of that. And then you got Amari Hampton at 4. You got Travion Henderson, Cam Ward. Yes, it's super flex. Tyler Warren, and now Chev is on the clock. What you got for us, man?
I'm torn about this pick. And if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my phone. I don't have the draft pulled up on my desktop because reasons. So I have been just in the Luther Burden trenches. I've got 4 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, boom. That's what I did.
Nice. Oh, Caleb Johnson.
And now I was a Caleb Johnson denier. I was a Caleb Johnson denier, if we're being totally honest. But I just can't get past the fact that, like, I mean, what he put on tape this year was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, even if he's not the most agile guy laterally, like, he's hitting home runs and he's 225 pounds and he doesn't have a lot of tread on the tire. So yeah, Caleb Johnson.
Yeah, I love his break tackle ability. And since I got my wide receiver in the first round, I'm gonna go running back here. And oh god, we go Quinshon Judkins. Let me just double check. Yeah, there we go.
Quinshon in the second round feels like stealing.
Yeah, man. And he did well in the championship game in the playoffs. This is a league where primarily you do see tandems, and he showed that he can work well in a backfield as a dynamic duo type of situation. So he'll fit right in wherever he needs to go. Less tread on the tires as well. I like the size and speed. I didn't see the ultimate breakaway speed. I've seen him get caught from behind. Okay, that's fine. But he's one of the last guys that I really want. I do like a Devin Neal speed, and even Dylan Sampson's a little bit faster than Devin Neal. Like, those are kind of the last 2 guys that I really want at the running back spot that I think can just really be home run hitters. There's still some other guys I like here, but I'm feeling good with Judkins at the 202.
Absolutely. Now, Judkins, to me, like, when I watch him, it's like watching David Montgomery in college. Like, that's kind of what he reminds me of. He doesn't have the great like home run hitting ability, but I mean, he's 220 pounds and he's very agile, very versatile. He's shown that he's a team guy. He worked well in that environment at Ohio State after the allegations that, the insinuations that Lane Kiffin made about him leaving Ole Miss. Yeah, I can't bring myself to, I would not be trying to fade Quinshon Judkins. I feel like it's such a steal. And I'm going to go with another one of my guys here.
He goes Judkins, Neal, Isaiah Bond, Ollie Gordon, Matthew Golden, Trey Harris, and you got your boy Jalen Royals. All right. Yeah, this is another one that bigz was reporting on after the Senior Bowl. What are your thoughts on this guy? I was asking you in the text. Let me know what you think, because you were just on with somebody who was hyping him up. So how you feel about Royals?
He gets me bricked up in the cement aisle, man. Like, I think the world of him. I think that he dominated a level of college football that he was supposed to dominate. When you're playing against lesser competition, that's what you're supposed to do. The foot injury cut it short. I mean, he was on his way to another 1,400 yard season. So when I watch him play, it's like, okay, he's great running after the catch. He had over 60% contested catch rate. So I think Jalen Royals is a guy who could come in, depending on the capital he gets, and contribute day one, even if, you're not going to line him up at X receiver, but you move this guy around the formation and let him work.
Yes, sir. I went with the I think Harold Fannin might actually be 6'3", but they got him at 6'4" here. But anyway, I think the all-time stat leader for for tight ends. I mean, he put up a crazy season, big numbers. You don't want to fall into the trap of just looking at numbers with tight ends. He's not the most gifted athlete, but he can move. He's going to have to be used as a move tight end, and he's going to have to go to the right spot where they're willing to not worry about his ability to block. So if he can get in the right landing spot, this guy can be great. This is tight end premium, so I think there's another tight end I like, but there's still a lot of upside, I think, with Harold Fannin Jr. here.
So, excellent point. And to your point, it's the most receptions and the most yards by a tight end in a single season all time. And like the important thing that you noted here is like he doesn't look graceful, but he consistently gets open. And he did it against like power four, big four competition, whatever you want to call the new power, whatever SEC and all the big conferences are. Like he put 137 on Texas A&M and then on Penn State and then another 100 on Texas A&M.
Don't forget to make your pick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hey, Pause. You're the commish. You're the commish.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna go because I couldn't let this one get away from me in the manner in which that I did not want it to. We're gonna do that just in case it runs out.
Boom. Yeah. All right. So you were just talking about this guy.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about it. Rashard Smith. You asked me if I had watched him. I have not gotten to watch him yet. So let me know what you think about this guy.
So I got to there's 3 games of all 22 available on him that I had access to. And after the first game, I found myself being like, all right, cool, let's get to the next game. Whereas some players, it's kind of a chore to get through their all 22 and make notes and stuff. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time, wondering what was going to happen next, like the next time he touched the football. You got him lining up a receiver. He's a former wide receiver. He lines up a receiver, runs a double move on a corner and dunks on him. Then he goes into the slot, wins again, dunks on that guy. And then he's super shifty and agile. It's going to remind people it's either lazy. I won't say lazy because it's fairly apt in my opinion, but the comparison is Bucky Irving. But I think he's got a level like a gear in terms of explosiveness, like, vertical, long speed that Bucky Irving is not going to have as testing at the combine. So I think his capital will be a little bit better than Bucky's was.
Oh man, this is a tough spot. I'm just going with the format. I probably would rather have gone with the running back that I like there. But yeah, man, I got Rashard Smith on my to watch list. And I'm gonna be watching him really soon. So I'm excited, man.
I promise you will not be disappointed.
Where's the cutoff at running back? Like, okay, we know there's multiple tiers, but we're talking about for you and everyone who's talking about this being a deep class. I would say I'm maybe 11 running backs watched, but where is your cutoff? Because there's still a guy available at running back. I want it, but I'm not going to spoil it for whoever.
Well, so I guess,
I have somebody I like over Edwards, but I probably at a minimum, Edwards is after my tier.
I think we're on the same page, and I'm about to take that guy right now. So
okay,
if he falls to me, I don't know if he's going to fall to me, but I would say probably with the way that this is ordered. I mean, you're cool with Woody Marks.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. But
yeah, you're cool with Woody Marks. I personally have another guy higher than him.
Okay,
but that is for me. That's kind of a Rondé Gadsden squirrel. I think that.
All right, you're up. Hunter, okay, he was at the bottom there. I was wondering if that's who it was. Yeah.
That for me, that's who it is. That's another guy that's just, he put it on tape in the SEC, consistent. It's not super flashy, but he does all of the things that you want in a professional running back. He kind of reminds me of Cam Akers when he was at Florida State. Really thick, not really compact, thick, loose, somewhat elusive, more elusive than you think, but gonna get the chew up yards that are there. Not spectacular, and he represented himself pretty well at the Senior Bowl, according to what I heard from bigz.
Yes, sir. All right, KC gets marks there at the end. So yeah, I gotta do more research on this back half of the draft. I don't want any sleepers to get by me. Yeah, so I'm gonna be locked in on these picks. I ended up going with Gunnar Helm out of Texas. A little bit of a homer pick, but I felt like he really stepped up, took over Nyblack's role, and became that tight end one. Had better numbers than Jatavian Sanders, and Sanders, he came in right away as a starter for the Panthers. I think Helm has that possibility of putting up some good production at the NFL level. So,
like what do you do with it? What do you do with him in a format like this?
What's the
he
premium?
goes
Are we doing
0.75?
Yeah, I mean, either way, you're hoping there's some volume. That's why Fannin, I think, is better for the premium because he may actually get some volume. If otherwise, why are they drafting him? To be honest,
Right.
Helm, I could see him getting stuck more in that blocking role, maybe. So that would suck. I still would, if I'm giving advice, I'm taking running backs, just dart throw at that 4th pick. But I thought it might have been a high premium because even Arroyo's got some skill. So it's just if you don't have Brock Bowers, then you're kind of still looking for that answer because the Kelsey is kind of aging out. Kittle, I would say in a couple of years is going to be in this Kelsey situation. So it's really just if you don't have Trey McBride or
Brock
Bowers, and you're kind of looking for that answer to be able to.
I mean, people thought they had the answer with Sam Laporta, but
yes, you may rather take a Jackson Dart because he's going to be a first rounder potentially, and even these running backs I liked here, that was kind of like, should I just take them? The receiver I'm fine passing on just because a lot of times I don't need to jam in a receiver in the flex. I might still have an answer, or still might not have the answer at tight end, so I'm okay looking for one there. So for me, it's pretty much just running backs in the 3rd and 4th rounds. Here I just kind of was like, I'll go with the BPA tight end 3 and my tight end 4.
No, I mean I don't disagree with that. What I was gonna ask you is, like, I think landing spot is really, really important for a guy like Gunnar Helm because clearly you see that he's a plus pass catcher. But if he goes somewhere where they don't throw the ball to the tight end a bunch, or there's somebody already there, let's say he goes to Cleveland in the 4th round, like then his dynasty value is pretty much dead because he's sitting behind David Njoku. Whereas if he goes somewhere like Los Angeles, the Chargers, or the Rams, to be honest with you, you could see him carving out a role almost immediately.
Yeah, Big D says, how much will he play? And will the team decide to just gadget him a few years? He may be talking about either one of these tight ends, but that's what it's going to come down to. Yeah, that sounds like a Fannin situation. Yeah, I think we're going to have to wait and see for the draft. Like, you're hoping these GMs have a plan in mind for some of these guys, right? He's talking about Hunter.
Oh,
Hunter. Okay, so that's.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think so. Sure, I don't think I think he's a little bit athletically. He's a little bit limited athletically, but he just produced at a high level in the SEC for 3 straight years. I mean, he's what, 3rd all time in scrimmage yards for Auburn University. So I think that a guy like that can come in. I mean, he put Pass Pro on tape. So if he gets somewhere and it looks ambiguous, I expect him to emerge because he's a professional, in my opinion.
Oh, Travis Hunter, not Jarquez Hunter. He's like, I don't care about this.
We are all over the place.
He's like the real.
Hey, guys, we need first name, last name.
Yeah.
we're gonna talk takes.
He's like the real Hunter. Yeah, I mean, it's a good question, right? Because Travis Hunter, this could be a steal of the draft. He goes here at pick 12. I know this is tiny, guys. So he goes to pick 12. And so people are hanging on to him in the 1st round. If he's playing both positions, like Deion Sanders only got like 30 snaps a season at wide receiver, either 30 snaps or 30 catches. But you're hoping that he's getting a touchdown on those plays type of thing. It's got to be maximum efficiency for it to pan out.
I mean, that seems like a ceiling outcome. I think that season it was like 30 catches for 521 yards and like 4 touchdowns.
I
So
haven't taken Travis Hunter in any of these mocks
I
at
can't.
all.
I can't because I'm projecting him to play corner. Like primarily play corner. Now,
Yeah.
if some team says like, "Hey, no, we are taking him with the assumption that he's going to play receiver," then he immediately jumps to wide receiver 1 or 2 in the class for me.
Yeah. Because he's got more playmaking ability, I think, than Ibuka.
Yes,
Ibuka
unquestionably.
is great, but it's like me saying that I feel like some sort of safeness. It's more just like I feel like I know what a possession receiver looks like with some extra plus skill, like potential to be a JSN type. I know what that kind of player looks like, but Travis Hunter could do a little bit more.
I mean, Travis is
And he's such an athlete that I feel like a team will be more liable to be like, I'm going to feed this guy now. You know what I mean?
100%. Like, so I think that in terms of run after the catch, it would be him, then Luther Burton, then like Jalen Royals run after the catch in terms of who would be the most dynamic with the ball in their hands. And then in terms of just complete receiver, I put him up there with Ted McMillan because I mean he won the Sting and Bolitnikov and he was running bubble screens and hitches most of the time. So like he's creating after the catch consistently, and he's just such a high IQ player. And I know that's normally only reserved for players that we deem exciting and Caucasian, but I think that he's such a high IQ player that we like. He's going to adapt to whatever environment that you put him in. And if you're going to primarily play him at receiver, he immediately jumps to the top of my list.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait to see what they do on draft night. If they have like CB/receiver or just receiver or just cornerback. All right. We'll see. So appreciate everybody who jumped in the draft. I mean, overall, tier wise, not just a particular position in general, where's your tier break? Let's say, let's start with like tier 1. Is it Genty in his own tier? We don't have to talk about Genty really, but where are your tiers?
Right. Yeah, I would have Genty
Okay.
in his own tier. Like he's
The
we
break
ran
tackle ability is crazy. And then is it a 1-2? Like
it's
is 2 is its own tier, or how are we feeling?
no, I mean, I would say 1 and then well, you can't see what I'm pointing at, but like Genty, his own tier. Next tier starts with Tet, then Tet, Amarion, Emeka, Luther tier, and then you would start tier 3 around. You start tier 3. Who is it? I mean, Tyler Warren. Oh, Tyler Warren would be in that tier because
Yeah.
tight end premium,
Yeah.
obviously. And then you would like back in third tier, Cam Ward, which I think that could be a screaming value if he lands with like the Giants or the Browns because they've got weapons. They're just waiting
Yeah.
on, waiting on a quarterback. And then that next tier would be Cam Ward, Caleb Johnson, Travion Henderson, all those guys to kind of fill out the back end of that first round.
All right. I think I'm glitching out here a little bit. You still see the board?
Yeah, I can still see everything.
All right. Sweet. So yeah. And I think after that, it's like with the receivers, it's just like as much as I like Trey Harris and all that stuff. There's just still, he couldn't stay healthy in 2 seasons in a row, and you gotta. There's just some of the classic red flags where if you're just doing it based on percentages, you don't really want to be loading up there. But I'm trying to see before we go over to just this trade database, just to do a quick look at a second round pick, like. Where is the best final pick that you would want to trade up for? That's really the only question I got. So would it be like this? How I got Judkins at 2-2, or like maybe Milrow doesn't go there, so maybe it's 2-1 that you want, or is it really just 2-11, or to make sure you get one of these top tight ends or some of the top receivers or top running backs at the position?
Honestly, I've been saying that I've been trying to liquidate,
Yeah.
proven assets for second and third round draft capital because I feel like that's where my money is going to get made in this draft. Like it's going to be great to have like the top end, top tier talent, but I personally am really, really banking on the depth of this running back class to bring me, to bring me a guy like Devin Neal in the second round, and then the back into the second round, you're looking at Alec Iomanner, you're looking at
Yeah.
Dylan Sampson, Harold Fannin slipped to the third there. Harold Fannin is one of my favorite players in the draft. So I personally, I don't really have a cutoff. I don't think that I would take Isaiah Bond in the second round. I know that's going to seem like he's going to run a 4.2 or a really low 4.3, and people are going to lose their mind about him. But he gave me big time pause for what he put on tape this year. I don't know if he was just working through an injury or what, but like, yeah, he scared me this year.
Cooper Kupp for 202. Obviously, we would do that. Oh God, I'm trying to find something real. Tyron Tracy or 202. Which side are you taking? I feel like you got
202.
I'm taking 202. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are all awful. Let's go with the 110, and then we'll just do one other, and we'll get out of here. So 110. Let's see. How are we feeling about trading? This is trading for the 110. So maybe you're consolidating, like, like I don't know, maybe Jalen Reed or something.
Let me ask you this. Because I put George Pickens on the trade block in one of my dynasty leagues, and a guy has the 110, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I wouldn't do that for George Pickens."
He was inconsistent. I like George Pickens. It's just I don't see him getting the quarterback he needs. We know it's awful with Justin Fields. It ended up being okay with Russell Wilson. So now you need the rumors of Matt Stafford going to the Steelers to happen for this to pan out.
Yeah, I mean, if Matt Stafford goes,
yeah. So
Yeah.
you need like, if I'm getting a first for Pickens, I'm willing to make the move. It's like the receivers I'm drafting with the first may not be better than Pickens. That's the only tough part. So it better be like a Tyler Warren I'm getting, or running back.
He's never slipping all the way in a tight end premium. He's not.
Yeah,
Tyler Warren's long gone.
Jaden Reed or 110.
Wow.
McLaurin or 110. George Kittle 110. How are we feeling about these?
That's tough. George Kittle or the 110 and the tight end premium. I got to go George Kittle. Yeah. Any tight end premium, George Kittle easily.
Yeah, that was in a one. I don't think it's a one bonus. Yeah. McLaurin. I'm fine just holding McLaurin. Like, I don't know. I think that value is on the pick side.
The value is definitely on the pick side. I think you might honestly be. You're not selling at the top with McLaurin because I think his value could still continue to go up. I mean, you could talk yourself into them getting another weapon, Terry McLaurin going from 120 targets up to around 150, and Jaden Daniels taking another step forward in being a professional, and then that 90 for whatever. What was it, 1,012 touchdowns this year, or 1,112 touchdowns?
Warren?
No, for Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, he got that 1,000, and all the touchdowns he can handle. I think all his other seasons were 4 max. So
right. So like he had one season with like his career high was 7, so he could regress and then just take some more volume, like in terms of catches, and then go back to around his 14 yards per catch average, and you're looking at 100 for 1,409. So I don't think you're going to get a player better than that at the 110.
All right. So then, final question: 107 Chris Olave, and then it's also 107 or Kenneth Walker if you prefer running back. So of those two, are you going 107 side?
Here in this
draft. In this draft, we got Tyler Warren at 107. That's why I pulled that one up.
Oh man, it's like asking me if I have a favorite kid. I have to go 107 here, just because Chris Olave is one concussion away from just starting a Dunkin' Donuts franchise. And I can't, and I don't know what's going to happen with Kenneth Walker. Like, the toothpaste is out of the tube with how good Zach Charbonnet can be, and that's a new coaching staff. I mean, it's a new OC. Like, I don't know that they're going to stay committed to him the way that they were before his injury.
Yeah. These are close. I think the value's still on the pick side. Walker's got situation at all. Like, in theory, with the new coaching hire, Kellen Moore, it could be this is the ultimate buy low for Chris Olave. It's just in this tight end premium, I'm taking Tyler Warren just to gamble there.
100%.
Last question from the chat. How you feeling about this from Easy B? Got offered Brock Purdy, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and he was getting the 101 and Devonta Smith. So It's 2 for 2, but it's super flex. So you're giving up a quarterback and you're potentially taking Ashton Jeanty and Smith for a quarterback and Amon-Ra St. Brown. So you got a great Amon-Ra who's way better consistently than Smith, I think. And then Jeanty is going to be explosive, but you're not going to have a quarterback anymore. So it's how you feeling about this one?
I would firmly be on the Purdy and St. Brown side.
Boom. All right.
Yeah. What about you?
You got to go quarterback. I know they're getting rid of Debo, but I like
don't
quarterback
care.
and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like, give me that.
Yeah, don't care.
Like, Smith is not consistent. Devonta Smith's not consistent enough. Like, he's had a 30-point week like 4 weeks ago. That's fine. But it's just not consistent enough for me. And like, Jeanty is great and all, but I'll just take the known Amon-Ra and Brock Purdy and keep it moving. So there you go, Easy B. And we're going to get out of here, guys. Just a quick look at the board there. And hey, Chev, appreciate you. Let the people know where they can find you.
At Chev90 on X. You can also follow our podcast platform at 2guys1pod. I also co-host the Dynasty Pulse and Player Profiler Primetime today, Fridays at 6 p.m. So, and more importantly, I talk about the Titans. So, if you want to join the Legion of fans, which includes like one of my best friends and my mom, to listen to me talk about the Titans, you can do that on the NFL Uncovered Network on YouTube.
Yes, sir. All right. Go find Chev on Twitter at Chev90. I'm at Dynasty FKey. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Hey, I want to thank you for being part of this broadcast. If you have any thoughts on it, leave a comment. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like. And if you want to see more shows on the Player Profiler channel, subscribe to it. That's how we know you want more.